Welcome back to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. This is episode 52, the new 52, if you will. Hey, this is July 28th, 2020, and I've got a brand new number one for you from Image Comics. This is Lost Souls, and I'm hoping I can pronounce this guy's name right. We'll get in real close. Alex Kot. He's from Czechoslovakia. Alice Kot, I'm not sure. The artist is Loco Casalancaida. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if there's something bigger where we can really see it now. Anyway, I want to just really quickly, I got this at the comic store today. Also, we'll be doing later this week Robin Hood Justice. This is a number one, written by Chuck Dixon, who's working with Richard C. Meyer, if you're familiar with him. I don't know if I've ever read anything by Chuck Dixon, so I'm kind of anxious to get a good look at this. I took a look at the art inside. It wasn't as good as this, and I'm looking at this cover. This cover is, the drawing's nice, but the problem I have with it is she kind of blends into the background too much. You'd like to see her pop a little bit more than she is. But we'll talk about that one when that one comes up. Also picked up a number one issue of Witchblade from Top Cow Image. I don't really know that much about Witchblade. I watched some of the anime shows that were on. This is a 25th anniversary of Witchblade, so this is coming up as well. So please check back. Probably get this out this week sometime. Number two issue of an Image comic called Dead Body Road. It's a follow-up to, I guess, Dead Body Road. This one is called Bad Blood. We did the review of this issue, and it was pretty good, so I decided to keep on it and see what happens. But we'll go into this as well. And plus, I have the latest previews and Marvel previews as well. So we'll take a look at those, do a little summary on those. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. So please stop by. Please subscribe. Please like if you like what you're seeing. And we'll go right into this right now. It's already 2.5 minutes. I haven't even started this one hardly. Anyway, I did see this in previews before. I didn't really like what I saw, but it was kind of interesting to me, so I wanted to take a chance on it. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not loving it. I can't really recommend it at this time. I probably will get the second issue just to see if I get some clarification on what's going on, but I have a lot of issues with this. A lot of things seem wrong with it. First of all, the color scheme, as you can see, not a real fan of this, and I've been seeing a lot of this kind of weird coloring coming from Image lately. Not loving it. And you think it's going to be this very masculine, male-oriented comic, and for the most part, it seems to be. But on the inner cover here, has some wokeness to it, some dialogue. The will to change, man, something and love, man, masculinity and love. Sorry, I can't. My eyes aren't that great today. Struggling a little bit. And the other quote is, "This is my home, the thin edge of barbed wire," and that's Gloria Evangelina, something blah blah blah. Borderlands, La Frontera, the new Mesteza. I don't know. Anyway, chapter 1, it never leaves you, not really. So, this was a very difficult comic to follow, and I wouldn't be surprised if other people do not understand it. I read it twice, trying to get the gist of it. The exposition or narration in it is really, really wordy and cumbersome. They talk about rape and killing children, and over again, it just keeps going back and forth. And I'm guessing this is some kind of cemetery somewhere. Doesn't really say. I'm assuming it is somewhere near Juarez, Mexico. Like I said, they don't give you a lot of direction with this comic. And just kind of pans out with more of this exposition, just talking about I know the and I guess there's a dead guy there. I guess he's dead because he doesn't flinch or anything. And then we get the image trope, the old page with nothing or hardly anything on it. We got like a caption up here. It says, "And the walking, the wailing of the dead." I can't even read that. I'm sorry. And Viet Nam, 1969. Now, if these guys are from present time and these guys were in Vietnam, you figure Vietnam was 50 years for 1969. So if they were 19 then, they would be 69 years old. So I don't think they'd be in some special forces going into Juarez. But stay with me on this, please. So it starts out, they're in some kind of foxhole, the night watch, guys smoking, other guys with binoculars, and the Sergeant Kowalski comes up to see how they're doing, and I guess Berg here, he's a new recruit. This is Hawkins. He's a more seasoned guy that's been through a little bit more. Kowalski talks, and listen, he's like on the top of this sandbag berm, and he lights a cigarette. He's using a lighter on top of a berm in the dark. Now, this is a big no-no for anybody that's been in the military. They'll tell you, do not light up, especially standing on a hill, because there's snipers out there and they'll pick you off. I actually know a guy that was in the military during the 80s, and he was in the demilitarized zone in Korea. He was stationed there for a while, and a very dark night, and he happened to light up a cigarette. He had been told not to do it, and he had lit up a cigarette, and he actually got shot in the foot. The guy from North Korea missed, lucky for him. So he got shot in the foot. His guy was obviously aiming for his chest or his head. So fortunately for him, he's okay. These days, I mean, that's a while ago. I don't know if he got a Purple Heart for that or not. I'm assuming he did. But he was standing guard. He lit up a cigarette on the thing after he was told not to. Now we got a sergeant doing that. You think he would know better. Now this is Sergeant Kowalski. They mentioned that the book is a lot like Apocalypse Now and is it Scirocco? I don't know if I said that right. The movie with going after the drug cartels with the special forces, the American special forces going through tunnels under the border. And if you've seen that movie, very intense movie, very intense. I think Emily Blunt is in it, along with the guy that played Thanos, Josh Brolin, and the other guy, I can't think of his name. He's a Latino, really good actor, very intense actor. I can't think of his name, but he was in it too. So he's one of the sergeants. And they're saying Apocalypse Now and Scirocco. I think it's more like Platoon and No Country for Old Men, and you'll see why in a little bit, because we have these, I guess we flash back and forth. So this is one of the sergeants, and then they talk about this other guy, Sergeant Burke, who's a staff sergeant. Now, I don't know which one's a higher rank, a sergeant or a staff sergeant. I'm not quite sure. So they just kind of have this dialogue. It's a lot of talking in this. Long dialogue. For 18 and 19-year-olds, I don't think they would be saying the stuff they're saying here. So the dialogue's a little unbelievable for me. And there's another kind of a wasted page. I guess it's supposed to be darkness, and I don't know. Then we get our flashback to, I think, current times, and they're getting ready for a operation. And they're loading, this looks some kind of, I don't know. I don't know my rifles. I'm assuming it's some kind of AR-15 type rifle, but it looks like it's got an AK-47 magazine, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So they get the briefing, and these guys are old now. See, take a look. These guys are really old. So I'm guessing they'd be like 69 years old, and they're going to do this, some kind of drug bust or something. I'm not sure. So the guy's giving them the directions. They've got all the modern surveillance equipment, how they're going to go in. and takedowns. So it's just a lot of talking and, you know, kind of not really exciting. Then we get the flashback, I'm guessing, to Vietnam, and he's younger. There's Hawkins. He's holding Berg, who's gotten shot already, and you can see his intestines coming out, kind of just, yeah, I don't know. So there's not a lot of action in it. This is, so you got that page with the blood, and then they show some shooting here. So I think we get a couple pictures of just shooting. And I believe this is Sergeant Kowalski saying we got to fall back. This is Sergeant Berkey saying, no, we're going to go through them. And he's telling him, Burke, let's pull back. So he starts staff sergeant. So I don't, like I said, I don't know if a staff sergeant's higher than a regular sergeant or not. So they stay and they lose this guy here. He gets it through the neck. And I guess they're not even supposed to be in this area. That's the gist I'm getting from this. And so this Hawkins is really ticked off because his buddy Berg is dead and this other guy got shot. And then we get a flashback into the old men at the getting ready for the special ops. And I don't know if this is Burke or if this is Kowalski. I could not figure it out, and I read it twice. They don't say the name. He doesn't give a good name. I mean, I'm assuming this is Hawkins because he's black, and he's very old now, as you can see. These guys are really old, and they're sending this on this mission. So it makes no sense. I mean, they wouldn't send 69-year-olds on some kind of cartel mission. That makes no sense. So then they're back in Vietnam, and he's kind of shocked about what has gone down. He's seen his friend on, and I believe it's Kowalski's telling him to eat. You got to eat. You got to stay fit. You know, you got to eat even if you don't feel like it. And all he can think about is his friend Berg that has gotten shot earlier. And so just kind of more talking, and this is Burke, who's kind of the guy that they're not real happy with. And he's overhearing them, and he's getting kind of ticked off, and he challenges this guy. And I'm assuming this is Kowalski, but I'm not sure, because they never say his name again except for that first page. And I don't know if it's the same guy. He's dressed differently. So they're getting kind of at each other a little bit. Then we switch back, and it's just more talking. A lot of talking in this. That's why I don't know if I'll pick it up again. And some more talking, and then there's finally a panel of the Kowalski, I guess, attacking Burke. I'm assuming it's Kowalski. So I'm sorry about that. They just don't tell you. They just don't give you enough background information about anybody here. You just kind of have to go with it. So that's the end of that fight scene, and these guys, I'm assuming it's Kowalski. It might be Burke with gray hair. I don't know. And they're driving into Juarez, Mexico, in their convoy or caravan, I guess. So, I don't know. I was very, very, very disappointed about this. Maybe there's more to it. They talk about these newspaper articles here, white killer in Juarez. Maybe that's Burke. Maybe that's who they're looking for. Rumors of a death squad run by a mysterious American operator. Lack firm proof. The Independence Day massacre. They don't really bring this up in the story at all. And here's the credits here. So this kind of ran long. I'm sorry about that, but kind of showed you the whole thing. But I'm not real sure what's going on with this. It's hard for me to recommend it to anybody. I'm going to probably pick up the second one. It says the next one's coming out September 2nd. So it's a ways off. I'll see what else is going on, what else I'm reading at the time. But that's what we got on this one. So please subscribe, please like, please leave comments. If you've read this thing and understand it, please let me know if I was on the right track here. It's just kind of discombobulated, and I don't know if it's part because the writer is from Czechoslovakia. I should mention that he has worked on a Suicide Squad volume number 4 And the artist also did the previous James Bond run. I think it was called Hammerhead. I believe that's the name of it, Hammerhead. So if you like that artist, if you like what you saw in the artistry in here, then you could pick that one up, James Bond, Hammerhead. Not the current one with Vita Ayala, not that one. Avoid that one, I suggest. Okay, so that's what I got. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes. And this has been a long video, much longer than I wanted it to go. So take care. Also check me out on Arch Rival. That's my other channel. And I just started that one up. I just have a few videos out there, but I'm trying to come up with new ideas and new things. That one's still developing, as is this one too. But this is the new 52 episode. So thanks for tuning in. Take care.